Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Jabali here, and I'm back with another video here to talk about some more Concord, on giving my tier list on a Concord beta for all of the free gunners in the game. In this video, like I said, I'm going to be doing a tier list, just having a little bit of having a little fun, giving my opinions on how I felt about all the free gunners, and placing them within their respective tier, and how I felt, after playing the game for about 30 hours or so. So yeah, if anyone that pre-ordered the game or have PlayStation Plus, you had access to the early access beta, where this past weekend we played from Friday to Monday. And within that time, yeah, like I said, played about 32 hours of the game, had about over 1,200 eliminations. Majority of my time was with Itzy, but I did try out majority of the characters. There's only 3 characters that I didn't play, and we'll talk about that for sure when it comes to the tier list. And with this tier list, I'm just talking about how effective, how good, these characters could be on the battlefield in the respective mode that I played on. So this is more so the brawl mode, which pertains takeover, which is TDM, and trophy hunt, which is kill confirm. That's majority of my time of what I played, or pretty much all the time I played. So that is what this tier list is based off. Obviously subject to change due to the fact that this is just a beta, and things can change when more game modes open up. Also, like I said, this tier list is just speaking about that brawl specific mode that we had in the early access beta. I think they're going to be adding one more mode, 2 more maps within the open beta that you can play on Thursday to the weekend. And yeah, this is for anyone that is looking or interested in playing the open beta. You have a tier list here that you can use as a guideline as far as which characters you want to use and play. But like I said, this is just all my opinions. They're all subject to change, and it's just based off of what I played from the early access beta. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some Concord, and let's place these free gunners in their respective tiers. Let's have some fun with it, man. Let's have some fun with it. So here's a tier list. You can create your own tier list at tiermaker.com. We got all 16 playable characters within the early access beta, or the beta in general. There's 3 characters, like I said, that I didn't play. That is Emari, One Off, and Starchild. So these are the 3 characters I did not play. So my opinions when it comes to the characters, these 3 characters, is just solely based off of me going up against them, how I felt about that, and people that I trust within the community, or my friends that I played with, how they felt about the characters, as well as we spoke about them and talked, and things like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start this tier list, and hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section below if you disagree with anything that I said here or agree. But let's start off this tier list with what I feel like the best character in the game, and that is Lennox. Yes, Lennox is the best character in the game. I feel like he's the best character in the game due to many reasons, but more so due to his damage output within the Concord open beta. I feel like Lennox has the highest, or one of the highest, damage outputs in the game. And yeah, his bell ringer heavy handgun and Chesterly rapid fire revolver, super strong in my opinion. If the handgun doesn't get you, which most likely it will, he can just swap out to a secondary and have a rapid fire revolver that pretty much will get you. And if those doesn't get you, he does have an exploding knife that he throws at you, and it explodes on contact, and that does a lot of damage. So there's so much things that he could do to just tick off a lot of HP off of your character. And to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if you're playing a tank. If you're playing one of the smaller, less HP characters like a Haymar or Itzy, yeah, he can drop you quickly. This is a character that he excels in one-on-one engagements. He also excels in 2-on-1, 3-on-1 engagements because of the toolkit that he has. He also has this healing move called the Claxton healing ability that he has 2 of them, by the way, where he can pop it and get like some supplemental health from this ability. And like I say, he has 2. So there's times where, let's say he's even losing a gunfight, which is kind of rare in my opinion. He can back up with his dodge, because his dodge it leaps him pretty far, and pop those 2 abilities. What makes him super strong is that he's not really super reliant on the health stations, where he can just manually heal himself there. But just due to his damage output, I feel like he is the best character in this game, hands down. It's Lennox. Let's get on to what I feel like. This is a controversial one to me, but I feel like this character is probably the 2nd or the 3rd best character in the game, and it's Haymar. I play some Haymar. She's not particularly my type of character, but because how slow she moves in the game. But she when it comes to damage output, I feel like she's also one of the highest, or probably the highest damage outputting character, depending on if you can charge that flame shot that she has. So she has a flame shot bow that you can charge up. If you press the L2 button, you charge it up all the way, shoot. That could take out, depending on the range, that could just take out a character in one shot. And if it doesn't, she can just blind you, or she can just throw the little fire thing. Her reload speed is very, very slow, which, that's to balance out the character. But, by the time, she gets one shot off you and she gets that blinding move, the blinding flash, which I think is one of the best abilities in the game, she's already done reloading and you're already getting popped once again. And if you're trying to escape, she can just throw the little fire wall at you, wall of fire, just to try to block any type of escape routes or anything like that. But it also does some damage. So there's a lot of times where, especially like in hallways, she would throw out, characters would throw out, or players would throw out the wall of fire, take some damage, hit you, or if they try to get a hit off of you, to use the blinding flash. The only weakness that I have with her is her reload speed is very slow, and her movement is kind of slow. In the air, she hovers more than, double jump and whatnot. Kind of similar to like Roka, but a little bit different. Roka can get up in the air super, super high. But yeah, I think she's one of the strongest characters in the game, in my personal opinion. Like, I have her probably the 3rd or the 2nd. I think the other character might be a little bit better, but when it comes to damage output, super strong. When it comes to this like teamwork, she works on getting those eliminations. Like I said, this is more particular to the Brawl game mode, which is Trophy Hunt, and Takeover, which is TDM and Kill Confirm. And she excels in these modes. I can see her excelling in like a capture the point mode as well, like a domination. If she throw that wall of fire on there, you're not going in there. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get those ticks. And I'm not too sure if her blinding flash move have like an AoE effect where it affects other characters around the vicinity that it hits. But when you get hit with that move, you are blinded. That's it. You are blind. He's like, yo, what the hell? Most of the times when I get hit with that move, I know I'm dead. I'm just like, yeah, you got me. If I could just do a dash or something to get out of the way, cool, because she's slow to get to you. But if she's close to you, she flashes you, you're dead. Let's pray that you have a teammate there to help you. But Haymar, she's the one. She's the one. She's not particularly my play style, but I can see her very, very popular on the early access and with the open beta. So yeah, very, very, very Destiny-like character. This game definitely feels like Destiny. What it was, the Hunter, you had the Titan, and then you had the Mage one. I forgot what the Mage one was called, but that's the character, that's the class that she reminds me of, Haymar. Next character we're going to be doing is Starchild. So Starchild is a character I didn't play, but this is just how I feel about the character. I'm putting Starchild in the B tier. I feel like he's viable, Every character in this game is viable, by the way. Every free gun is viable, but I don't feel like he super excels over other characters. Um, Particularly, I feel like his Raging Rush move, where he hardens himself and just like runs to absorb damage. I don't feel like it absorbs enough damage. There's still engagements where I can just pretty much drop Starchild pretty quickly with Itzy, and Itzy is not like the biggest damage dealer in the game, but I can in a one-on-one engagement, I feel no threat against a Starchild player because it's not absorbing as much. His health value is much higher, but you can put him down. I do feel though that his power slam move is very strong. That could one shot you sometimes. And if it doesn't one shot you, he has his shotgun to back it up. His shotgun does pretty good damage. I've died to the shotgun with other characters, probably like 2 shots close up, and I was dead. And if the 2 shots doesn't kill you, he has that power slam to follow up because it has like an AoE kind of splash on it. But yeah, I just don't see him as super strong as the other 2 characters that were listed here, but I have him as in a B tier currently right now. So yeah, Starchild, didn't really play him, but just to play against him, I didn't feel like he was that, super strong. The next character I didn't play, but I feel like it's super strong, is One Off. I think One Off is definitely in the S tier. This character, I don't see a mode where this character isn't good. This character nullifies abilities. He cleans up, or it cleans up abilities. It negate damage, or it negate your bullets, projectiles. It has this like trash can or trash move that it throws at you that it does a lot of damage. The one thing I've learned, reason why I probably have him as the 4th best character, but I don't have him as top 3, or if he might be top 5. I don't have him super high as the other characters because I learned that you can actually shoot that little trash thing. If it throws at you, you could destroy it. But if you don't destroy it, yeah, it does a lot of damage. But yeah, this character is definitely is part of the meta in this game so far that we played. But yeah, One Off, former recycler robot. One Off has the vacuum up incoming projectiles to mitigate damage or reverse the flow of the pressure blasting enemies. Yeah, this reverse the wind tunnel thing that he does, the radius, the range on that is super far. It's very hard to get away from because you just hold the button and the wind tunnel you. He can also set a deployable air barrier to block projectiles. Oh yeah, so he tosses out this little vacuum thing where it blocks out projectiles or anything incoming. So like I said, there's modes that's going to be capture point modes where I just feel like definitely when the other modes open up, One Off is definitely going to go up in the tier list. But as of right now in the brawl game mode, that's where I have him. But yeah, like I said, he had the trash bomb that explodes on impact. But I think you could destroy that move. But yeah, I just feel like One Off is very strong, very popular character so far in the game. His movement isn't great, just like all the other big characters like Starchild. Movement wise and speed, I feel like is much better than all the other bigger characters. But one of the weaknesses of this game, and just the characters, particularly the bigger ones, is the footsteps. You can hear these characters from a mile away. There's no sneaking up on you. You know when a Starchild's coming because you hear the juggernaut doop 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 doop. You know when One Off is coming because you hear the footsteps. There's just no going around that as of right now. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't feel like they can't be like the best characters in the game because their footsteps are way too loud. But yeah, I do think One Off is very strong. Next character we have here is Vale. So Vale, if you are a sniper, Vale, I'm putting her S tier as well. If you're good with the snipes, you're gonna have some fun with Vale. Depending on where you hit, you can one shot people. If you don't one shot anyone and they're trying to escape, you can track them. You know what I mean? You can track them because if she deals a lot of damage to you, there's no really escaping her because you're going to see another thing. You're being tracked by Vale. And yeah, I feel like that's one of the strong points in the game. She also has a secondary as well. So that's pretty good. And her jumping abilities is super good due to her legs. So she can leap really, really high in the air. Her trip mine, I don't think is like the best move in the game. The lasers that come out just to indicate that there's a trip mine here. You can just see from a mile away. She can lock up certain things depending on how the strategic placement you have with a trip mine. But you know, this is a character that you need a lot of space with. Is not a pick up and play type character. I do feel like she's very strong because how high she could get up in the air and snipe you. But you know, her secondary is not like the greatest of secondaries, but it can clean up, you know, the hits. But I just feel like if you're just like that sniper, you're going to have a wonderful time with Vale. I think she's strong. She's not particularly my type of style, but the time that I did play with her, I did have a good time with her, you know, getting some cool snipes off. But you know, she's very specific as far as like who's going to play her. But I do feel like she's viable in the game. You know what? I feel like she's viable, but I don't think she's as better as one off, to be honest with you, because her skill is more so. You could be a little bit of recon if you're in if you're in the game chat or a party chat. But if you're playing solo dolo, I don't see her super strong like that. But I'll leave her in the S tier for now. She might drop to A, but I'll leave her in S tier for now. But yeah, you know what? We'll leave her at A, and then from there we'll go from there. The next character that I have here. The next character that I have here, who they got up here? Oh, Jabali. Jabali. I like Jabali, man. I think Jabali is pretty dope. But I'm gonna put Jabali here. I'm gonna put Jabali B tier, high B tier. I like his weapon. He got like this like Tommy gun type of weapon. It does have a lot of ammo in the clip. He does have his life pulse orb, which pretty much can heal teammates. It gives like continuous heal. The ticking value as far as the heal is not as high, but it's good, and it's a big AoE. Also, he has this hunter orb that tracks that when it hits you. It does a lot of damage, and that's his most damaging move. It's kind of hard to like, you know, maneuver around that move because it tracks you. But I think that's like his best move. Like, yeah, he's a great support character. And I feel like he really excels in the support character range, and he does have the viable option to go in there and, you know, be a DPS as well. So he's kind of that mixture. So yeah, you know, just playing him. Yeah, I'll put him in A tier. You know, cause playing him, I thought he was super fun. You have to really mix up his orb move that tracks the hunter orb, with his shot. But he's such a crucial character in the game, because if you're not by a healing station, if you're in a pickle, you know, he could definitely be that person. Like, all right, let me get a little bit, 25% off you. Then I think I can survive to get to a heal station here. You know what I mean? I think that's where he really excels. But yeah, he's definitely he's the assist god. You're going to get a lot of assists using this character. But he could be super viable in my opinion. So I can see him even being more important in other modes as they open up in the game. But even with the trophy hunt or the takedown, I feel like he was pretty viable. So yeah, I put him in A tier. Probably low A tier, but I put him in A tier. All right, so the next character we have here is Roka. Roka. I like Roka. And I think Roka is just short of S tier in my opinion, but she's there. She's there. Roka, great damage, rocket launcher. Reload time could be a little slow in my opinion, but Roka, she has a light missile launcher and jumpsuit. Roka could blast herself high above the battlefield, super high, and she could hover. So one of the great things about Roka, in my opinion, is that she could jump super high and she can hover in the air. But while she's hovering in the air, she could dodge. That is super important. So if you have really good evasive, you can maneuver really well with the sticks or whatever you're playing it with, you're going to have a great time with her. Her damage output is pretty good, not as high as the other characters that I listed, but she does have this ground slam that it causes like a concussive blast, which is pretty good. And the good thing about her when it comes to her ground slam is that after the ground slam, she could dash out of it because she's still airborne in the ground slam. So yeah, I do feel like she's super strong. I think she could be here, to be honest with you, because she's very popular. She's very annoying to deal with. I just feel like the character that I mainly play is really good against her, but she could possibly be up here. She could possibly be up here in the S tier. Because she has the toolkit to be super effective, where she could take out a group of people. She's really good in one-on-one engagements. Her ground slam does damage to anybody in that vicinity. Is the real skill comes to how good you are with her jumping and how good you are maneuvering around when she hovers. When you're in the air, you are a target. But if you can maneuver around, and do your thing, mix that ground slam with, you can use a ground slam for evasive move as well. I think I see a lot of people try to use it just to like get the kill, but there's times where I was in the air, I'm getting shot, and I'm like, I know I'm not going to win this battle. Turn around, ground slam, dash out again. I'm out of there. Her dash is really good as too. But yeah, I leave her in S tier for now. Might drop it back to A, high A tier, but I'll leave her S tier. Daveers, I had a little bit of time with her, but I don't think she's as good. I think she's a little better than Starchild though. She's not as good though. You could tell the mode that she's really good for, probably those capture point modes. But she uses like these burn canister things that they say in here that she could just put on the floor, and then she has like this little ignite flame shot that she does that can flame it up. She also can throw out some more canisters with her other ability. I feel like she's a super limited as far as what she could do. One-on-one engagement, she's not the greatest. She's definitely a team. You know what? I think Starchild better than her. She's definitely a team, assist type character. She's just assistant towards the damage. Not saying that you can't get kills with her. You can, but I don't see her as that great. Matter of fact, I might leave her at C tier. She's definitely one of the lowest ones in there, in my opinion. C tier. I played about 8-10 games with her, and yeah, her reload, she doesn't have that much in ammo. The reload speed is super slow, but for the damage output, I don't see why the reload is so slow. Because she's not really doing so much damage. Yeah, she could lay some stuff on the floor just to be annoying, and if you're in that, but after a couple of games and you played against her, how to I'm just going to avoid this. And with the fact that characters got double jumps and things like that, the ground game isn't like super strong in the first place, So yeah, I'm gonna put her in the C tier. Tio, top 3, dead or alive. That's off 1 MP. Yeah, Tio is definitely top 3 in my opinion. Top 2 in my personal opinion. Tio is very strong. This is the Call of Duty character. Really good assault rifle. He has a strong move, which is pretty much smoke grenades. Smoke grenades is really, really strong. When they say smoke grenades, they mean smoke grenade. You can't see nothing. I mean, enemies and your teammates can't see nothing. It's kind of annoying sometimes to play against a TO because something is a little bit reckless when it comes to the smoke grenades. You can use it as something to escape a little bit, just to conceal yourself and get away. But you can also use it strategically by throwing it. And then when you aim down sight with your assault rifle, you can see through. He's the only one that can see through the smoke. So you have like this infrared thing that can see through the smoke and whatnot. He also has one of the most OP busted abilities, which is the cluster grenades. And I don't know why Firewall gave this man 3 cluster grenades to throw. You know, the cluster grenades has an AoE. So it has a great blast radius. And he could throw 3 of them. So if you're in an engagement with TO, and let's say you're losing it and you're trying to get away, or you're engaging and you're about to win it and he's trying to get away, he would just throw these cluster grenades on the floor and just boom, 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 and just kill you. One of those cluster grenades, if you're in that vicinity, if you're in that blast radius, it's possible you could die. So imagine 3. 2 is a guaranteed kill for sure, but 3, he could clear out a whole area. If you're jam-packed in that area, good luck against this character. Hallways, very, very strong. Because a smoke grenade, like I said, can throw it in there. People get a little scared, but no, he can see right there. So if you're in that hallway and the smoke grenade, he's shooting at you. And he does have a secondary rifle as well, or pistol, or whatever it is. Which is good in my opinion. I think it's probably the best secondary out of the characters that do have a secondary. And yeah, his sidearm is very, very good. I also feel like he's one of those characters that's very hard to kill. He's hard to kill. When he does get a kill, it drops off these little tags. I don't know if that gives him like shield or something, but he's just very, very hard to kill, man. So yeah, I put TO top two character in my personal opinion. The damage dealers are the super strong. And when it comes to the other modes, when you open up, I don't see this changing for these 2 characters. If they're the same way, how they are. Obviously, it's subject to change if they change it, nerf anything, buff any other characters. But I don't see these 2 characters changing. Definitely the best characters in the game. All right, so we got Daw is next. I like Daw. Very, very strong character. Yeah, I would place Daw above Vale. I think Daw is good. He's dope. This is the character. His pistol, his assault rifle is a burst. Very, very strong assault rifle. He's also a healer. Could drop these little healing stations. Probably one of the most important characters in the game, in my opinion. And he also have this safety dome. So his safety dome, it takes a little bit to activate, but when it activates, nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can penetrate it, and you have to get into that dome to destroy it. It will stay up there. That's one thing about this game. Any ability that stays on the floor outside, I think, Devers, it just stays there. And yeah, I think Daw is very, very strong character. The safety dome, it does have a gift and a curse effect because nothing can come in, but nothing can come out as well. So if you're in the dome, being protected, just know that you're being protected because you can't shoot out the dome. You can't use your ability out the dome. And this dome protects you against everything. I haven't seen nothing that can really penetrate in the dome. You have to really go in there. And if you're going in there, it's very risky going in there because most likely there's going to be, the teammates there as well because they're healing up. I think he could drop like 2 of the healing stations. The healing station isn't as good as the healing station that's around the map, but it's very good. It heals faster than Jabali, and from what I've noticed. But yeah, I like Dawn a lot, man. I just feel like very viable character in one-on-one engagements as well. Much bigger, much slower, but the burst rifle, very, 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 very viable weapon in the game. Duchess. I like Duchess a lot. I just feel like she don't do enough damage. But I put Duchess in top B tier. The wall is very strong move. I like her wall. She can construct these walls, so she could do multiple of them. And these walls, if you don't destroy them, they stay up there. But I feel like her weapon doesn't do a lot of damage at all. And she has this ruinous blast that she throws. She throw this blast out there, and it's like an AoE type of effect. It takes a while before the damage really kicks up. But if you're in that vicinity, if you're in that area, you could pretty much die. You got to play her pretty strategically. Like she's a trap character. So in hallways, I see her very strong because she could throw a wall behind you, throw one in front of you, then put that little ruinous blast in there just to take up some damage. And she could go through the wall, or your teammates can go through the wall. It will say the wall is like disrupted or whatnot, but enemies can't. Enemies got to, shoot at the wall to destroy or, melee it. But I don't feel that she's like super strong when it comes to like one-on-one engagements. She doesn't do enough damage with her weapon. But she's one of those support annoying characters that, hey, I'm locking this person in here. Yeah, I'm about to trap them in here. I'm about to throw this thing. You're gonna get a lot of assists with her. She's annoying just overall to deal with because of her abilities, but I don't think she's as strong as everybody else. I do think she's a little bit better than Starchild, though, to be honest with you. All right, and then Bazz. The next character we got here is Bazz. I'm very conflicted on Bazz, but I'll put Bazz right here. I think Bazz, she has a really OP move, but overall her damage output is very weak. So she's super reliant on vulnerable damage. So she throws this thing out at you, or Scourge Star, or whatever it is, where it damages you, but it also leaves you in a vulnerable state where it turns like a little purple, and in that state you're weakened. She can try to kill you much faster. But she also has like this charged lunge and strike move. That lunge goes very far. The hit box on it is very high, very wide, and it could get you. She could catch you. If she catch you lacking, you're dead. She's the fastest character in the game. So movement speed, she's very fast. She got one of the best like dodges as well. She could do that she could chain them multiple times, similar to like how Tio, we ain't even talk about that. Tio can chain it multiple times. But she throws out these knives or these ninja stars at you. That doesn't do any damage. So you're super reliant on just debuffing the enemies and then try to get that damage off and risking, doing the lunge and strike. One-on-one, she can succeed in one-on-one engagements, but she's definitely one of those. You gotta treat her like you're a shotgunner. You gotta be very specific in how you engage in combat. You're one of those people that's probably hiding behind a wall. You hear enemy footsteps, boom, hit them with lunge strike, then try to throw the ninja stars and try to weaken them, just so your enemies or your teammates can kill them. But yeah, you're not really traversing around the map like how everybody is. Being very sneaky. That's the type of character she is. But I wish she could just do a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more damage when it comes to her regular just throwing knives and whatnot. So yeah, that is Bazz. Very strong, cool concept character. Love the design for her. So yeah, next we're going to be in the last four. We got Kyps. I like Kyps, but I feel like she's C tier. He is the information gatherer on the team. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put Kyps right here. I'm going to put her right here because she does have some important abilities, right? She's a spy robot thing. She drops these surveillance traps where she could drop about 3 of them. Where if anybody go in that vicinity, it goes off and lets people know, oh, they're around this area or whatnot. So it's super good in those situations. I use it more so like I'm shooting somebody, they try to escape, I'll throw this here, or I'll put one of them up in like pretty high, or kind of hiding it a little bit. It's kind of hard to hide it, but if you strategically place it properly, you can get those surveillance things proper. But it's more so a surveillance thing, right? It's nothing really that does damage. It doesn't leave them vulnerable. It doesn't do anything. The strong thing about her is that she has this disruptive grenade, or this disruption grenade that disrupts the abilities and damage their shield. So that move right there, very, very strong. And it is very strong against all the characters, in my opinion, because if a character can't use their ability, that limits the character a lot. And the only thing that I feel like doesn't have her super high is her damage output. Her damage output is not good because she's just using this like Raffica type pistol. But I do think she has one of the best dodges as well in the game, because when she do dodge, she turns invisible for a couple of seconds, and it's kind of hard to see her, to be honest with you. But yeah, the damage output is not there. Her abilities, her one ability is good. Disruption blast thing is good, but the other ability is meh. It's all right. Because like I said, the footsteps are so loud, you don't really need that ability, to be honest with you. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll put her below Bazz. Yeah, I'll put her below Bazz, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll put her below Bazz. So yeah, I'll leave right here. The next character we have here is Emari. Emari, the big tank character. I think Emari is pretty good. But I put Emari right here. No, I put her here. Very, very strong character. Matter of fact, I'll put Emari above Vale. I'll put her above Vale because big shield character. She can give her shield to she create these shields, or she could give it to teammates as well. So everybody that's within that vicinity, she could power you up and give you a shield, give you some armor. She also has this protective shield where any incoming fire she's gonna block. The only thing about it is that when she's blocking that, she can't really do anything. It does cover her everything from the front, from the back. You can sneak up behind her, but she does have a lot of health. She could tank a lot. Very, very strong character with that minigun. When that minigun gets rolling, it gets rolling. But it's the shield and how big she is. Matter of fact, the play style is annoying to deal with, but I don't think she's as strong as like one of. Yeah, I'll put her right here. You know what I mean? Very, very annoying character to kill, but I do think these other characters are better. I do think they are better. But yeah, I didn't really play Emari, but playing against her, as an ITS player, I didn't really struggle so much to kill a character, other than, just having high health value. But super annoying to deal with. Next character is Lark. And Lark, to be honest with you, I want to put Lark S tier. I feel like Lark is one of the most important characters. So this is what we're going to do. Roka down here. I think Lark is S tier. One of the most important characters in the game, in my opinion, where Lark does drop these like seed spore things, whatever it's called. I don't think the weapon that he uses is that strong. It does track a little bit. It does linger there. The range isn't super great, but what makes this character strong is the spores, the spore seeds. This could buff your teammates, but it debuffs your enemies. And what a lot of Lark players are doing, that they're putting these seeds in front of, like, healing stations. You can put these seeds all over the place. And the annoying thing about the seeds is that if you don't destroy it, it stays there. So there's times where enemies, nobody want to be invulnerable, nobody want to be debuffed. So they're shooting at it. But if you're shooting at it and you're in the vicinity of the other teammates or all your opponents, you're worrying about the seed, they're shooting at you. It causes some dysfunction there, also have this transport pod, which could get him out of a sticky situation, because like I said, his one-on-one is not really that good. But this character right here, I feel like there's no mode in the game that you're not going to be good at. So that's why I feel like you're S tier. There's no mode in the game that these characters right here is not going to be good at. This character is the super important. The buff, it buffs your speed. I think it buffs your damage or your HP or something like that. And the debuff, it slows you down and it leaves you invulnerable. So while you're debuff, you're getting hit, you're taking more damage, you're slowed down. And you can just throw out so much of these seeds out the on the battlefield. It's just annoying to deal with, and how annoying this character is to deal with, and the strategies I've seen people come up with, definitely S tier character for sure. I play with Lark a little bit. I like it. I like the character, just not for me, but I see the importance of this character. Very, very strong character. And then last but not least, we have Itzy. And let's be honest with Itzy. I love this character. I love this character a lot. Do I think she's super strong? Do I think she's S tier? No. But I think she's right here. She's right here. I think she's A tier, mid A tier, due to the fact that her damage output is low. But when it comes to just annoying characters to deal with, I know for sure she's annoying. Her dash is very, very good. Her scramble rebound is the main bread and butter of her. She throws out this orb. It retracts back to her. When it retracts back to her, she's buffed up, and it reloads the clip. So if you have 0 in the clip and you get the rebound, or you got 5 in the clip and get the rebound, it goes back to 36, and now your SMG is buffed up and whatnot. Just her, how she maneuvers around the battlefield, her evasiveness makes her very, very strong, in my opinion. She has this cosmic slip move where she throws this orb, and the orb bounces around, and wherever you press you press L1 or R1 again, and you pretty much teleport to wherever the ball is at. While you teleport, you leave a decoy wherever you were from. So it definitely caused a lot of confusion. And I had a whole breakdown about it, so you can check out that video if you want to. But also her dodge leaves a decoy. So very, very, very evasive character. In a tight situation, she's super good. If you're losing any type of engagements, you can get out of that engagement pretty good. When her passive abilities, when her health is low, she becomes even faster. So that's a really great touch as well. But does her damage output, I really can't place her anywhere higher than this area here. As far as like importance on the battlefield, I don't think she's as is important, other than just causing destruction and chaos on the battlefield. She's one of those characters where if enemies are focused on her, they're not focusing on the other teammates. You know what I mean? So that type of destruction, very, very strong. That type of chaos, very, very strong, where she can take a lot of attention off of other teammates while the other teammates can do what she do. But in one-on-one situations, I think she's very viable. If you have like the creativeness of like this, like thinking about situations, thinking about where you can throw this orb at, dashing, you can create some cool scenarios where you can get these kills or eliminations on your opponents. I think she's the most fun character to play in the game, but I do see the weaknesses of her. But yeah, when it comes to its super importance, as far as just a character, like let's say picking other modes, I don't really see her as super like viable in that situation. But in these two modes that we played as, absolutely viable. But yeah, that is the tier list. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this tier list, having these characters, the top 5 characters right here. You know, the A tier, B tier, the 1C tier. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. If you guys disagree, agree, let me know. But if you enjoyed the video, hopefully you hit the like button, you know, share it out. Hopefully this video can help you out as far as a guide when it comes to Concord as you play the open beta. And most important, just enjoy the game. You know, have fun with it. You know, learn the characters. Once it clicks, it's super fun. But yeah, leave your feedback to the developers. Let them know your thoughts and your opinions. Don't be scared, but you know, do it constructively. Don't be scared to leave your opinions out there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be at Evo, and hopefully you have enjoyed. Have a good day. It's your boy Jabali. I'm gone. Deuces.